vote is shaping up to be a big factor on Tuesday. Joining me now is Saunders, president of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, and Randi Weingarten, president of the National Federation of Teachers. You two are there in Philadelphia, where you've been rallying with presidents of Service Employees International Union and National Education Association on behalf of the Harris Walls campaign, part of a coordinated voter outreach campaign by all 4 unions in battleground states ahead of Tuesday. Talking to NFT volunteers who've been knocking on doors for the last 2 weeks as part of this effort, Randi, how would you describe the response they've been getting?
So first, Rev, thank you for having both of us on today. And we just finished a rally at the sheet metal workers, and the energy in Philly is electric. Now, I wouldn't say that the energy for the last 2 weeks has been, but what we're seeing, particularly after both the Madison Square Garden hate fest and Harris's speech at the Ellipse, you see a big comparison, and a lot of people have watched it and are paying attention right now. And I have never seen, I've been doing this for a long time. I've never seen the electricity in Philly the way I've seen now. It was different for Barack Obama because that was a kind of historic presidency and election. This is very much about determination to keep our rights and to fight for the promise of America. So it's a very determined electricity, but a sense that we got to do this for ourselves and for our kids and for our country.
Lee, your sense of what you saw and heard today, Lee?
I've got to tell you that I believe that there is an energy that's there, Al, that is growing, not only in Philadelphia and in parts of Pennsylvania, but across the country, especially with our membership, where we are talking with them. We are urging them to participate in the process. We want them to be knocking on doors, having their community partners knock on doors and talk about the importance of this election and the issues that are involved. And I'm seeing, as Randi said, an excitement, a level of excitement that I haven't seen in a long time. And I believe that people are truly paying attention to what's happening. And they're going to make a decision, those who haven't voted, on Tuesday about what is the best for our families, what's the best for our communities, what's the best for our unions. And I truly believe that we're going to make a huge and major difference on Tuesday. And we're going to continue to work it. And we're going to continue to knock on those doors every single day until the election time is over.
Now, both the Harris and the Trump campaigns have courted union voters in very different ways. The Harris campaign has promoted President Biden's staunchly pro-union record to make the case for the vice president to union voters, when, with a few notable exceptions, Harris has been endorsed by nearly every major union, including both of the ones you two represent. The Trump campaign has instead focused on appealing to rank-and-file members on more cultural issues, such as guns or immigration. Lee, how would you describe the contrast between the two candidates on the issue of organized labor?
Well, let me tell you something. There is no comparison whatsoever. What the Biden administration has done, what Kamala Harris wants to continue to do based upon what has been done already, and there's still some improvements that must be made. Many people are still suffering, but they have a plan, and she has a plan to move this country forward and to support working families all over the country. What we've got to do, Al, is to make sure that our people and our members understand that, and they, in turn, are sharing that information with their community partners and their members across the country. I've got to tell you, and Randi is right, we got here, I guess, a couple of days ago, and the level of excitement just within the past 2 days is growing. You can feel it, and you can see it, and people want to be involved, and people want to be engaged. I think they understand that this is going to be the most important election of their lifetimes, and they're going to be involved, and they're going to vote the right way, and we're going to continue to do exactly what we're doing through Election Day to urge our people to get out to vote.
Now, Randy, the NEA recently put out an analysis of Project 2025, the blueprint for a second Trump administration, and concluded that more than 180,000 teaching positions could be eliminated, and 800,000 preschoolers could lose early education services. The Trump campaign has denied any connection to Project 2025, even though many of its authors have ties to the campaign. What would a second Trump term, what could it mean to public education?
So, you know, this is, and I'm so glad you raised Project 2025, Rev, but, you know, it's almost the same. Trump is playing from the same songbook when he tries to divide our members from the leaders that they have elected, when he tries to create fear and demonization. And what I'm seeing is that the members and the educators, public service workers, you know, by and large, they're not buying it. I've been on this bus for about 60 days. We've done about 150 stops all across America, and we are seeing that. But as to Project 2025, what Trump has done is he's actually said the quiet part out loud himself. So he may deny Project 2025 as a book, but he doesn't deny, he embraces its actions. What he's saying is he's going to cut public education. So forget about the numbers of teachers right now. Think about it. In every single school district, we have money from the federal government that goes to pay for computers, to pay for tutors, to pay for extra hands in a classroom. That's called Title I. We have money for kids with disabilities. We have money for pre-K. We have money for Pell Grants for kids who are going to college. We have money for career tech ed. All of that is going away.
Yeah.
That's what he has actually said. And I'll say one more thing. What he's also now said is that if he doesn't actually agree with what a school is teaching in terms of honest history, he's going to control that school and it's going to take away their funding. So what he's doing is basically taking away public education from anybody who's not rich.
All right, I'm going to have to leave it there. Thank you, both Lee Saunders and Randi Weingarten. Politico is reporting outrage has been spreading like wildfire this week after a comic at Trump's Madison Square Garden made